So, after making my War Thunder advertising campaign video, and it doing surprisingly well, a lot of people asked if I could do a advertising campaign video on wargaming, and upon hearing this being quite well sought for, I decided to put a poll on my Twitter, which basically asked whether or not I should actually make a second video on the advertising campaign series, as I guess it is now, and after a unanimous yes, well, I guess we're here now, and hey, if this does well, then maybe I'll even make it a series. Although unfortunately there's only really one major wargaming ad you can actually get on the sides of pages, and even then it's not actually terrible, unlike the War Thunder ones, as it's this World of Warships one where you have to destroy this enemy destroyer. And unlike the War Thunder advert, this isn't so much an advert as it is a minigame, whereby, unlike in War Thunder, where as soon as you try to click on it to do whatever it's telling you to do, you're immediately sent to the War Thunder website, not that anyone ever does click them, but that's the idea of it, this is one you actually control, and by pressing it, you're not immediately sent to the website. In fact, it's only after the little minigame ends that you get the option to. Although I can't give this game too much credit, as it looks like it was made in about half an hour by someone who had only taken a mild glance at the game from across the room, and comes with all your favourite cheaply designed advert features, such as the inaccurate ammo system, and serious sizing issues, as either that island is entirely inhabited by bonsai trees, or that destroyer is huge, and I mean huge, like would put the Yamato to shame. Although, upon further inspection, it would appear that it's not actually waves that are lapping up against that island, but in fact a wake that is being made by the island, which would imply that it's moving, which is undoubtedly a Japanese invention, because after all, the Americans can't take islands from you if they can't keep up with them. Unsurprisingly, the actual mini-game itself is very easy, probably to tempt you into getting the game, and no matter what you do on it, it always has a good explanation as to why you should download the game, because if you manage to destroy the enemy ship, it says, well done, now it's time to play the real game, but if you fail to destroy it, it says that you need more practice, therefore you should get the game. So, all around, it's a win-win situation. And to be fair, they do make a particularly convincing argument, as if I thought this was a game whereby destroyers were larger than battleships and islands floated around the sea, then I too would download it post-haste. However, unfortunately, this isn't actually in the game, to my great dismay, and therefore it is false advertising, and I will be filing a complaint to Wargaming HQ ASAP. Dear Wargaming, I am writing to you on this day to express my utmost disappointment with your World of Warships game. This issue stems from the fact that your flash advertisements are most misleading and deceived my expectations through a plethora of reasons. Firstly, your flash game portrays an inaccurate use of ammunition in the game, making one suspect that there is a limited supply of ordnance on board each warship, when in reality this is not the case. However, I overall believe that this is a minor offence, and I shall not further push my argument about this problem. However, I must protest of the blatant and most deceiving case of false advertising I have ever seen through your flash ad clearly depicting a destroyer the size of a large island, which, through using the trees on said island as reference, I therefore assumed there would be destroyers in the game that are larger than the Yamato itself. But to my great dismay and anguish, I found this to not be the case. Furthermore, the island in question on said flash ad is also a case of false advertising, as it shows this island forming a wake around it, just like the destroyer, which thereby led me to the most reasonable and logical conclusion that islands could be picked as a class of ship in the game. Yet again, my hopes had been crushed. It is for these reasons that I expect a full apology to be sent to this email post-haste. If I do not receive your response in full within the next 48 hours, then I will have no choice but to ask politely again. Oh, and P.S. World of Tanks and Warplanes are terrible. Yours faithfully, Bradley.